Hello, this is Samuel Carlson from High Creation, and this is the sixth and final part of the video series where we're looking into how to automate the transfer of orders from Shopify to a third-party logistics company's FTP location. So before watching this video, I would recommend you to watch the 5 previous videos where we walk through in detail how to create keys, how to create the source, a destination, and a transformation. With that said, let's jump straight to it. So the first thing we need to do is to navigate to Streams in the left side menu and thereafter create stream. The first thing we get asked to do is to provide a title for the stream. So we can call this Shopify orders FTP, for example. In this case, we don't have to provide a description. And then here, as I select a source, I will basically get a drop-down list of all the sources that are created for my organization. In this case, we've only provided one source, which looks right, the get orders from Shopify. I can select that. Similar with the transformation, Shopify orders FTP. And then lastly, the destination. I will also be asked to provide a data type. And here it's important to keep it as lowercase and one word so that we then can easily find the data related to this stream later on in the platform. We can call it orders. We'll mark it as active. And then we can create the stream. So from here on, we get a singular overview of the stream that we've just created. So from here on, we will see the ID, we will see the source, the transformation, and the destination. And from here on, we can also take a few actions. One of them which we will be doing today, which is to manually trigger the stream. But so now we need to go back and think about which were the settings we set up for the source earlier on in one of my previous videos. So they were decided that we were only to pull orders from Shopify that has been placed in the last 2 hours, that has the status unfulfilled, and has the Shopify status open, and the financial status paid or partially refunded. So basically what we need to do now is to place a order in Shopify to ensure that those requirements are being met. And then on the back of that, we will manually trigger the stream, and we will see how the order file from Shopify gets moved to our FTP location. So what we can do is to jump straight to our demo Shopify store in this case. We can buy it now. And here I can provide my details. Also, let's see. So just add your shipping details, then continue to payment details. And then we can press pay now. So now an order has been created in Shopify. So then we can go back to the control panel. We now know that this Shopify order that was just placed will fill the requirements for this stream. So what we can do now is that we can manually trigger the stream. So I can do that by clicking manual trigger, the play button, and then I confirm that I want to run the action. So now we get a success message saying that the stream will run. So then what we can do is that we can go into the jobs. So the jobs, when we trigger the stream, the source will create a job, and the job will then create events that will move the data over to the destination system. For more information about this, you can watch the separate video, Stream Autonomy, where we will speak more about those concepts. So now we can see that it's in processing. This can take just a couple of seconds for it to load. We can now see that the source is finished. And in a second, this will be updated to finished. We can also here take a look at the job view. So here we can see which stream this is related to. We can see the specific ID for this job. And then we can also get a neat overview of the source, the transformation, and the destination. And then here we can also see the 10 latest log messages for this specific job. So we can see that it just converted the payload into XML, and now it's attempting to create the connection to the FTP location. So if I now update this, we can see here, connection success, and then the file was successfully uploaded to the root in the FTP folder that we were looking for. So we can now go directly to the event. And from here on, we can get some additional interesting information. So we can see that the status is okay. We can see that the data type is orders. And then by clicking here, I can get a simple overview of the event itself. And here we can get access to some pretty interesting information as well. So here we can get access to the payload in, which is basically the data that we're pulling from the source system. So that can be easily reviewed. Similarly, we can get access to the payload out, which is the data that we're posting to the destination system. Here, so this is after the transformation has been undertaken. And then lastly, we can take a look of the XML file, which is the file that we actually posted to the FTP, which is this file. Here we can see all the information that I myself inputted as I was placing the order. Lastly, we can also take a look into the FTP location. So we can see here, we can update this folder. And we will now see that this is the name of the folder as per the naming convention we provided in the destination. And once again, I can download this file, which is the similar one we could download from the event view that I just showed. So here is the final XML file. So that is the final view for the video series of how to automate the transfer of orders from Shopify to FTP location. The last step now would of course be to, if we now would want to run this not manually but on a scheduled basis or on an event basis, we could then go back to the source, as we spoke more about in the source section. We can edit the source, and we can now move this trigger from being manual to scheduled, for example. And then we can save the source. And with that, we will now have automated the transfer of orders from Shopify to the FTP. Hope this video was helpful. And please reach out if there are any questions to hello@highcohesion.com. Thank you for watching.